Yo, I'm about to go live, do a little interview. Miss Burt with Mississippi Vibes. Got this guy. What's going on, Mr. Jones? How you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. Sorry for the wait. I had to talk about some things. Sorry for waiting.
All right, can you turn your volume up, son? I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little better. We'll go with it.
Ready to go?
Oh yes, sir. I'm always ready.
I hear you well, so let's go and get this thing started.
Okay.
Here we go. Look at talk. New episode starts now. Welcome everybody to another edition of the Look at Talk podcast. I am your boss man, B. Jones, and tonight it is an exclusive round. Today, joining me, the host of the Mississippi Vibes podcast is Mr. Burke. How you doing today, man?
I'm great, sir. I'm great. How you making?
I'm doing good, man. Surviving this quarantine, man. They got us all locked in the houses. Everything shut down and stuff. It's crazy.
Man, that's a great time right now to be. I think we needed that because, and the reason I say it, we keep going and going and going, and we don't take. And this was the time that God granted us to sit down and chill and get everything together.
Hey, that's an interesting way to look at things because I've been talking to a lot of people and they haven't been too thrilled with being just shut down and quarantined.
Well, I mean, hey, sometimes change for people is a hard pill to swallow, and sometimes you need something to disrupt your normal routine so you can get a self-evaluation and move forward.
Hey, that's real. That's definitely real. So, but there has been some good in this because I've seen pictures of other places where it doesn't look clear and it looks beautiful. It's not polluted with air, So I will say that it's been nice.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your podcast, Mississippi Vibes with Burke.
Yes, I named it Mississippi because I'm from Starkville, Mississippi. That's in central part of the state. And vibes is another way of just, how I like to have conversations and with people to get you on a vibe to, some vibrant things to go through your body and your mind and your soul. And so I came up with it. It took me some time. I had been procrastinating a lot, different fears and different things that I was going through personally wouldn't let me get on the mic and, go at it.
Yeah, I kind of feel you on that. It's like every podcaster I've spoken with, they all said that they kind of procrastinated, like something held them up from just starting, and then once you got started, it just kept going. Yes,
yeah. So I love it. I try my best to at least 2-3 times a week to put out some good content so people could listen to, and hopefully it touch their lives and help them move in a different direction.
So what made you want to do a podcast?
I wanted to get comfortable and talking to people because my end game is to become a motivational speaker, become a life coach, and for me to get comfortable with speaking and getting content out there, get my platform going.
That's real. Now, what was it like for you, a black man growing up in Mississippi? Because I look at Florida, and Florida is bad, but it's not as bad as some of the things I've heard about coming out of Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi, I love it. I actually love it. It's a great Mississippi. When you meet mostly people from Mississippi, man, it's very, they come with hospitality. They come with, respect. They come with open arms. They come with helping thy neighbor, all of that. And what I learned by going through different cities and towns and meeting people, you know who likes you, who doesn't like you. And like we say in Mississippi, you know the devil that you're dealing with. You know, you can go to different states, you know, Florida, Georgia, you know, Dallas, Texas, Charlotte, Chicago. You know, you can meet people from different races and you won't actually know, is this a genuine person that you're meeting, or they dealing with you on what level? With Mississippi, hey, we dealing with you because we have to business wise, or we not dealing with you, period, because of your race, or, you know, mainly because of your race in Mississippi, you know, and that's something that is taught at home. So I learned to, at an early age, to respect all people, all races, and, you know, just keep it moving from there.
That's real. That's a very interesting perspective because like I said, I guess from the media, from the standpoint of somebody that doesn't live there, we've just heard all of the negative things, and it's nice to hear someone bringing positive to the good things that go on in Mississippi based on, you know, what they've been through.
Oh, it's plenty. It's plenty still negative going on. We had a case a few years ago. A black guy, African American guy, got, you know, drugged behind a truck by some Caucasian teenagers, and, you know, about a year ago they found somebody hanging from the tree. So it's still real. It's still real and live. You know, it's out there.
And that's nice. That's not nice, but it's like it's still it's not that it's not good thing that's still out there.
Right.
When 2020, you know what I'm saying? But so tell me about the last episode you did of being released from prison. Now, how do you think holding a phrase can hold you in the middle of prison? What were you trying to convey on this episode?
Wow, I'm glad you asked that. Man, I grew up, I left my mother's house at a young age, and I ended up at my grandmother's house. No explanation until this day of why things transpired the way it did. So it was mainly my grandmother and father raising me. And once my father passed away on February 9th, 2005. And so I remember I was talking to my brother. I was up all night, you know, and my mother, she came home and she told me that, you know, I told her what happened. She said, oh, okay, what you gonna do about it? He's gone now. Nothing you can do about it. So at that time, I just looked at her, I paused. I said, yes, ma'am. And I went on, got in the car and went to school. It had pierced me so deep that I couldn't understand the true message she was trying to relate to me. And I went like, man, 3 years. I didn't speak to my mother for 3 years. Yeah, so, you know, we had the funeral and everything, and I graduated, and that June I left. I left Mississippi, left for business, left everything. I just was ready to get away. And so it was 3 years later, you know, the Lord spoke to me, and I called all my siblings. I said, we're going to have Thanksgiving dinner. I'm not Thanksgiving, I apologize. Christmas dinner at mom's house. So everybody was down, cool, I'm glad you're coming, this and that. So she got my number, she called me. She said, I heard you having Christmas dinner at my house. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, you know, I sent some money to, you know, take care of it. She said, don't worry about that. I see you. So that was like the first time, 2008 for Christmas was the first time I had been around all my siblings on my mother's side for Christmas since I was 8, 9 years old. So at that time in 2008, that's 12 years ago when I was 28. So, but to get to how I got released, well, there was Wednesday or Thursday, I was at work, and the message that she told me 15 years ago finally hit me. And I finally got released from my mental prison because during that time, man, I had no trust for women. I mistreated women. I didn't know how to completely hold relationships with a male or a female. I was mentally messed up.
Wow. First of all, I'm sorry for your loss around that time, and it's good that you finally connected with your mom after 3 years. Because I was like, wow, that's kind of deep. I couldn't imagine going 3 years without talking to my mother. And I talked to mine today, like before I even started recording the shows.
Right.
So I couldn't imagine going 3 years without talking to my mom. I know there was 1 year where we just didn't see each other because I was in college, but we still talked on the phone. So
right.
That's wow. I don't know. That's deep, right? That go with that long time without talking to your mom. Now, what did you do to if you needed somebody to lean on during that time period?
Man, I always had my best friend Sleepy. I had one of my oldest brothers. I call him B Bailey. We've been close since I was young. Different. I had my best friend Bob Williams. Just different people that I, grew up around. My little brother Blair. I had different people I would reach out at times to talk to, and but mainly, to be honest with you, man, I was isolated. I grew up as a loner, so I was comfortable, being alone and just, trying to figure things out the wrong way, get back in church, out of church, this and that. So it was always a roller coaster ride with me. It was never a flat line, or it never was a solid ground that I was working with, because I was mentally messed up.
Yeah, I understand. Now, at what point did you realize that I really need to work on making a change?
I would drift in and out of those moments. I knew that I had to make a change so I can reach my full potential. And to be honest with you, I'm just gonna keep it real. I just really got a lot of stuff out my life that was hindering me from going to a next level. I just really did that probably, man, October, November, to be honest with you, completely saying I'm done. And I'm fully turning my life over to God and let Him guide me and be receptive of what He has for me to do.
I totally feel you on that. And it's good that you decided to change your ways and to hear the Lord and decide to that you feel like you need to change your ways. Now, for my parents out there, why do we feel like some parents out there be bargaining with their kids? Because growing up, for me personally, it was never no bargaining. It's my way or the highway. So is that just the thing with these new age parents?
What age we talking about with the new age? So I can get a full, clear understanding. What?
I would say the parents that are in their early 20s and stuff, or their early 20s to mid 30s.
Or we probably go a little higher to mid 40s too now.
Really?
Right, really. I think it comes from, to me, I don't understand why parents want to be a friend and not a parent to their child. It's no way. I have always, besides with my 9-year-old son, but as my kids have gotten older, I have a 21, I have a 15, 14, 9 biologically. I have another 20 and a 15-year-old that I've been in their life for 10 plus years. My kids, and I put it like this. I'm God has blessed me with y'all to guide y'all through what you have no clue about in life. That's my job. It's not my, yeah, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna have good times together. But when it comes down to it, this is the rules and the guidelines that you're gonna have to deal with. Now, once you get a certain age at 17, 18, and 20, you still in the home, you can't abide by those rules. I mean, there's the door. The door. And I'm still gonna be here for you when you come back. But a lot of parents, then we got the social media that has changed the landscape with the dynamics of a relationship. You got parents they feel that if they be too hard or harsh on their kids, their kids won't talk to them or they'll be mad at them. And I'm like, now this child depending on you for clothes, for shelter, for water, for lights, for food, and you telling me you concerned about them not talking to you? That's to me, that's ludicrous. That's ludicrous for a 30 or 40-year-old parent be talking about a 9 or 10-year-old child as their best friend. That's scary to me. What y'all relating on? I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand why, I don't understand how it changed like that. Hey, like I know what your parents from, you the South, from the Florida, your age, if I cook chicken, greens, cornbread, that's what you're going to eat. I don't want that tonight. Oh, I mean, what you going to bed with, your stomach gonna be turning flips or something. I don't know what they gonna do. But this is what I cook. That's what you go eat. And we done with the discussion. But now these parents, it's too many choices that they're giving their kids. And that's not how life is. When she start working, you go to work, your supervisor, your boss tell you what the assignment is for the day, and you complete the assignment. But now, how these kids are being raised, they always feel they have options. And that's not the way life goes. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the best thing I can tell you, man. I don't understand them.
Hey, I don't understand that either because that meal you just that sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So what child would turn down that? You know what I'm saying? That I don't know what's wrong with these kids these days.
You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed how parents would sit around with their kids. Like, I knew when my grandmother friends came over, or I knew if my father came there and his friends came in, he didn't have to look at me. She didn't have to look at me. She didn't have to say nothing. He didn't have to say nothing. I knew at that moment, if I answered the door or if I came in the room, another adult was in the room, I knew to turn around, go outside, something. But I knew I wasn't finna sit in that living room and hear that conversation. Now parents let their kids sit there, they grown, and that, in my personal situation, even with one of my kids, it was my daughter and her mother, they was friends. My daughter got to 15, 16 years of age. She didn't like the friend. The friend is the mother. She didn't like the friend no more. So she started doing, different things to buck the system. And even, saying I got somebody else that's in my family that raised their kids that way, that, hey, everything is, I guess, an open floor discussion, what you going through as an adult. And once the kid get up in their teenage years, man, they have a different view of you. There's no respect. There's no boundaries. So it's anything that's, hey, anything's just anything with these kids.
That's not good. Do you think old school parenting need to come back in the form?
Yeah, that's all I know. It should have never left. It should have never left. No government, no judge, no teacher, or no anybody should be telling you how to raise your child. How can you dictate what's going on in my home that I know my child was best for my child? Not you coming, you get an assessment from whomever, a caseworker, and they telling you, they come up with these stats and they telling you you should do this, you shouldn't do that with your child. How do you know what I should do? You don't even know my kid. You have no clue what's going on. And so that's a major violation how we have allowed that to happen. Think about it. When you was coming up, you never heard about so many cases in court or kids calling 911 on their parents or kids. You never heard. I mean, I ain't gonna say you never, but it was very.
You said it right. They never heard of it. We already knew that it's about to be much worse, much clearer it out.
Right. Right. And back then, your neighbor whooped you, your school principal, the teacher. Then when you got home, you got another one or two whoopings.
Oh my goodness.
But
that's so true.
Right, kids bargaining with your kids, like you ask me, if you go and take out the trash, I'm gonna give you $2, or if you go and clean up your room. We rewarding kids for doing stuff that they supposed to do, which is teaching them life skills to be a better man or woman. But now everything is about, what can you give me for me to pick up my clothes off the floor? Are you serious?
Yes, that's stupid.
What?
I'm sorry.
What? I mean, what you gonna give me to go clean out the tub, the shower, the toilet, and you the one who using the toilet in the shower. And I taught you how to do this. I taught you how to wash dishes. So now I got to reward you just for you to do it. It makes no sense to me. I don't get it. I never get it. I'm just, I'm not trying to get it. I tell my kids, I love you, but I don't like y'all. Cause
I totally feel you on that. And I think that needs more parents out like that. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Liquor Talk Podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast if you haven't done so already. This is the exclusive round. We got the Mississippi vibes with Mr. Burt on the line today, holding it down in Mississippi. So what is your favorite episode of your podcast that you've done so far?
Oh man, what I just did, being released from prison. I felt that day so much of weight, so much the bricks, the monkey, everything was off my back, and I done had some good, some topics. I'm getting more comfortable with opening up myself to change all the different myths about my life or what people thought they knew, that they never had a clue about, that they heard from probably a clipping in the newspaper when I was 17 or 18 years old. They heard some he say, she say. But the podcast, once again, I want to thank you for inviting me to the Liquor Talk and Mississippi Vibe. These platforms give me the opportunity to tell the true story of me, of my ups, my downs, everything, my journey. So all of them has been good. I feel that I'm getting better each round, but that release from prison, that was it. You know what I'm saying? That was the one. That was the one. That was the one for me.
Yeah, that was the one that really spoke to you, and just you felt the energy about it when you were doing the episode.
Oh yeah, I couldn't wait to get off work and get home and take a shower and let it rip. You know what I'm saying? Because I owed it to myself. I owed it to my mother, my family to get. I owed it to my family. I owed it to my kids. I owed it to my mate. I owed it to, people who always, believed in me and never turned their back on me, so to let them understand this is my message to you. You know what I'm saying? And also I had another good one with about role friends and real friends, about my best friend Sleepy. That was a good one so people can understand in life. You have to know the difference between a person that's playing a role in your life, and that real person that's going to be in your life. And
what do you feel like the big difference is?
Man, they're just like a role model. They come to play a role in your life. You know what I'm saying? With the athletes and the celebrity, they come to play a role for a moment, a second, a split second. It's just a role. It's something that they have to put on to get through their day, or to get, if they doing a signing, or if they or anything in that nature. If somebody meets you on the street, hey, what are they genuinely coming into your life for? What if they coming to take, or they coming to add? So what we doing? We doing addition, or we doing subtraction? When I need some money for some lights, I ain't got no food. A role person go, man, I wish you would have called me 30 minutes ago or yesterday. I ain't know I was gonna be hungry yesterday. I'm calling you right now just because I need this. You know what I'm saying? But that real friend, has never been a point in time that I couldn't call Sleepy to talk, or if I needed something, or just whatever. And he wasn't there. Regardless if we having a conversation, I'm right or wrong, he always gave me the truthful, honest, blunt information that you need from a real friend.
That's real. Shout out to Sleepy.
Oh yeah.
So at what point do you just realize that you need to cut certain people off?
Oh man, I think once you start making different moves in life and going in different directions, they cut themselves off. I never knew that until I started doing it. They cut themselves off. Once they see we ain't going to the same clubs, or we're not going to the same events, or we're not having the same conversation, they go remove themselves. You won't even have to call them, or you won't have to do nothing. When you start doing that, they go fall to the wayside anyway. God go handle that for you.
That's real. So now, how do you represent Starkville with your podcast?
Oh man, every time, Mississippi vibes. You know what I'm saying? That's my roots. That's my home. That's why I was groomed at. You know what I'm saying? And to get the basic foundation of who I am, I got it from there. Mississippi, Starkville. It was always, and most of the time when I'm doing my podcast and I started going live on YouTube, I would always have my Mississippi State shirt on. And I love it. I love the people there. I love home. I'm just ready for our people in Starkville to grow and to understand how much this world has to offer if you just open up your mind and heart. And man, it's so much. We so far behind though, and I just want my people to come out of the mindset that they stuck in.
Wow. So, in what ways do you feel like people in Starkville are just so behind?
They any little information, they so misformed on things about life, about the difference when you get out of that zone, man. To understand, to understand about how investment goes, to understand about how, man, wow, you hit me with one.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Hold on, I got you. Man, cause that's a very touching subject to me and people always think I'm so harsh and blunt. It's just like, why are you stuck? You've been doing the same thing since you came into this world. Why are you afraid to leave to see something different? It's a lot of people, man, you're gonna be shocked by this. There's a lot of people in Mississippi that won't leave Mississippi because I can't drive in the city. What? You telling me you making 30 to 35,000, $40,000 a year. You have a same job that you can get that go pay you 55,000. And you telling me you can't move because it's 3 extra lanes on this highway?
You joke, man. Come on.
I'm doing what? I'm joking. Okay.
You joke for that one, man.
Okay. All right.
You can't drive? That is
Oh,
crazy.
I can't, man. You will be amazed how many times I done heard people say I can't drive in the city, and I just look at them.
It's so small-minded. I'm sorry. Like I said,
man, don't apologize for being real.
if I could drive, I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I remember flying out to Los Angeles, and I drove to LA like it was nothing. It's like, once you learn how to drive a car, it's not that hard.
Right. You just can't be going 40, 50 miles an hour. They go run you over. You gotta run. You gotta. Man, you gotta flow with the traffic. Put that GPS on and roll. But it's the same thing when you're trying to navigate things through your mind. But when you have so many people, the old saying, the crabs in the bucket, so many people are telling you you can't do it, you won't do it. Why you leaving Mississippi? Why you moving there? Why you go here? Because it's my life, it's my journey. But a lot of people,
a lot of people don't tune their voice out.
No, they for whatever reason that I don't know nobody there. What that mean? The people you hanging with, your family and friends, they ain't meaning you no good. Y'all doing the same thing. You meeting up every evening, every weekend. You doing the same drinking. You going to the same clubs. You going to the same events. You seeing the same people. Y'all doing the same thing year after year after year after year. And you talking about you want to change. No, you don't. You want to whine. You want somebody to pat you on your back and tell you go be okay and give you a hug. No, get up and get out. We're the slowest state in the world. We get the last supplies. We get the last things for the school system. We get the last whatever. We are the last. And you telling me you don't want to go and leave? Well, I can't leave, my mama and dad. Your mama healthier than you are. Your mama, she wants you to leave so she can have somewhere to visit. That's your next excuse. But hey, some people, I'm not knocking anybody that, that stays there and, does that. Some people are living great there. But for me, I knew at a young age that, this ain't my speed here. I can't do this. I go crazy.
Now I feel you. So what city did you leave Mississippi for?
When I first left, I went to Monroe, Louisiana. That was in 05 of June. I was there for a few months. Then I went down to New Orleans when Katrina had hit. I stayed there. Went to work, made some money about a year or so. Then I went back home for about 2 months, 2-3 months, something like that, whatever it was. No, from April to that, I went back from April to that, April to that June, something like that. February to that June. Then I left, went to Alabama, stayed there from June to November. Then I went St. Louis. Got a brother up there, older brother up there, Don. St. Louis, it taught me a lot. It was too cold. I realized that I'm a true Southern guy. And so then I came to Dallas in July of '08. It was crazy how I got here, but man, it's been the best move that I ever made, so that's, it was good.
Now, hey, I'm a Southerner too. I feel you on that cold. It's like I'll visit Chicago, places up north
Right.
in the summertime, but don't ask me to come during December when it's about 2 degrees because
Right.
I'm a true Floridian, and I live in a state where if it gets below 70, certain counties are declaring a state of emergency.
Right. You don't even own a jacket, do it?
Number hoodies.
Right. Right. Right.
I got rid of most of my jackets once we came back to Florida, so it's like the only part of Florida I needed a jacket in was when I lived in North Florida, when I lived in Tallahassee. That's probably like North Florida is probably where you're gonna get the most cold. The rest of Florida, ain't no need no jacket.
Oh, okay. So you left and went where?
I went to college. I went to Florida A&M, FAMU.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. That was a great experience for you?
Yes, that was a wonderful experience. That's why I learned everything about manhood. That's why I really found my voice at when I went off to college. So I see you go off from Mississippi State.
Right.
And I see the Bulldogs. Every once in a while they do something. Did you like to hire Mike Leach?
No.
You ain't like to hire?
No. It's not. See, you have to understand about different conferences around the United States. And to me, you that high air raid offense that he's run, yeah, it's a good show. It gonna put a lot of points on the board, but when it comes down to it, can you play good hard-nosed defense? Can you stop teams that's gonna be pounding the ball, that's gonna wear you down, that's gonna be, you got track speed athletes that's on the field, and you got guys that's 6'4", 300 pounds running a 4.3, 4.4 40, and it's a different beast. It's a different beast to come in, and you have to understand. Then it's the recruitment. How you gonna go out and recruit these people? The best in my opinion, the best recruiter that ever came through Mississippi State was Jackie Sherrill. He was bringing kids from Florida, Georgia, junior colleges, everywhere around. He had different kids from the hood, different kids coming from different walks of life to come in and to believe and walk the same walk and believed in the same thing. We went to number one with we had Dak, and it was good for the school, the exposure. It was good for the guys. We had a good thing, but then with Mike Leach, with this tweet he just put out with the woman with the noose and everything, it was, he has a history of doing stuff that's over the line. And I don't think in this era to come to the top 2 racist states in the world, he's not that guy.
Yeah, when I saw the hire, I was like, I don't think he's gonna fit. I don't think you need a coach that can coach in the South to understand what they're dealing with. So exactly. I don't really think he's the hire, but I see a lot of SEC schools do that. They'll hire these coaches from different parts of the country to come in. Some are successful, and then some they're out there in like 2 years because getting whooped up on by the Alabamas of the world. Right.
And they don't understand, they don't truly understand how in this Southern thing, man, football What else we got on Friday and Saturday?
Yeah.
What you know, my hometown, we had when I came up, we had my hometown, Starkville High football. You had West Point, you had Tupelo, you had Meridian. You had your little golden triangle area, what they call it. And Saturday, we going to support them dogs. And it's about the football. And I just, I don't know, man. I think Mississippi State, to be honest with you, you got to go back. You got to hire somebody, hire one of those ex-players, the former players, that can go in and sit down with those parents and understand that I'm bringing your kid here to, first of all, to get an education, turn him into a man, and do the best thing I can to get him to the next level if his talent prohibits that. But
that's the real. That's what the coaches need to be doing.
Yeah, but they was looking for a splash and this and that. Mike Leach, man, it was, you could have went and pulled Les Miles from Kansas. He used to coach LSU, won titles. He right back in the SEC. It's a lot of former coaches, former players. I mean, that can come up and recruiting. When Dan Mullins was there, he had a great recruiting team that went out and got top players, but his scheme wasn't for the talent because we were so predictable. With Florida, see, he can run that offense with Florida because you got those true. Man, I don't know what y'all feed them cats in Florida. Boy, y'all can run. If y'all, man, y'all can run, man.
I think in Florida, it's just like in Mississippi, we just get athletic gifted. We out there, but then track, we out there playing football, and summertime is crazy here in Florida. So
no, they ain't burning like y'all burning down there. Y'all moving. Them boys, them cats be moving, man. For real.
Yes, we do.
Y'all be moving.
Because them coaches be have you out there in that 98-degree weather just running up and down and stuff. They got you out there running laps and stuff. Yeah. Right. So Florida breathes differently. That's why all the coaches from all across the country come to Florida and plucking them out. That's why some of the Florida schools have not been as good as Florida, but
right.
Florida State and Miami, they're kind of struggling because they ain't really recruiting their home state. They're trying to leave the state. They need to be recruiting their home state.
Right. So what you think about how Florida State did? Oh boy.
Man, I think they should give him at least one more year to clean up that mess that Jimbo left behind.
Exactly.
Yeah, he should. Honestly, I feel like that they wanted to hear from the boosters. The boosters are Florida State because they have so many years of Florida State being on top, Florida State being dominant. But in Jimbo last year, he really didn't do all that good. So I'm like, and with Willie Taggart, I knew he had to give him time because in every spot he had at least 1 or 2 years work his magic.
Right.
But I'm happy for Willie Taggart. He ended up at Florida Atlantic because Ole Miss hired Lane Kiffin. Right. So there's a rivalry crazy between Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
Oh yeah, the Egg Bowl. Oh yeah, it's because you gotta look at it. It's two schools that's hour 45 minutes away from each other. A true in-state rivalry, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I haven't been to an Egg Bowl game in a while, but it's real. It's real crazy. You have a lot of houses that's divided with that. So. Ole Miss got a good school though. You know what I'm saying? They got a good school up there also, but either you're a Rebel or you're Hell State.
Yeah, I was just wondering that too, because I see a lot of states in the South. It's either you for that one school or the other school. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah, it goes like that. So yeah. Man, let me ask you something. What made you start your podcast? What made you on this journey, and how has this platform helped you?
This platform has helped me just with speaking and helped me with networking and stuff. It helped me get to know other people and make connections in other states because I personally I like to travel. So it's like you never know. Once you make this connection state, hey, let them know you're in their state. And well, that's where let them know y'all can meet up and do another podcast. And how I started it was I was back in college. I'd be sipping. I just be drinking, having some thoughts, and sometimes I'll go on social media with the thoughts, and then the idea of like podcasting came up, and I was like, maybe I need to do a podcast, and that's how that started. And then the idea of interviewing people and having them on is because I find it fascinating to just talk to people and hear their story, and hear they come up and how they started their podcast. So that's how I came up with doing this podcast.
Right. That's good, man.
How did you? I appreciate it. So, what was the weight loss journey like for you? Because I know a lot of people right now who are taking their fitness very seriously. So, what was that journey like?
Man, I was going through the lowest. When I look back on it, when I did look back on it, man, I was going through the lowest points of my life. I was living multiple lives, lying, eating crazy, depression. I was stressed out because of how my life was going, and I had lost myself. So what got me to get on my business, I had a football camp in Starkville, Mississippi. It was the Robinson football camp, football and life camp. And go back to my partner again, Sleepy Robinson. I was at his house. We was on the couch, and I walked after we had been out. He was like, man, Pooh, man, if you don't stop, you go die. I'm like, man, what you talking about? Man, you too big. You too big, man. And that was just an eye opener. I said, I hear you, dog. I got you. Like, man, I'm serious. I want you to be around. You gotta be around for your family, your kids, and all that, man. You too big, dog. So what got me to even know I was 370? I was in an accident. Went to a chiropractor, got on the scale, and 368. I just say 370. You know what I'm saying? You're a cupcake away from 370. So I got on that scale and I said, I know I can't hit 400. I know I can't hit 400. So I just started my journey I started walking, and every day, every week I gained more endurance to, half a mile to a mile, to when I got up to my peak, I was doing like 8 miles a day. So, and that was my way of getting away from life for an hour or two. And, I was still making mistakes as a man, but then my life really turned. It really turned when I got with my people, my family. Twan, he was he an ex NFL player, first round draft pick, Green Bay Packer. Shout out to Twan. He taught me how to train my body, how to eat right, how to do what I needed to do, because just walking in the little weights I was doing was nothing to the higher endurance workout that he put me on. And so, he dedicated months with me to get me right. And so it was I ain't felt that good in 10, 15 years. So I ended up being a type 2 diabetic, got with him. I'm not a type 2 anymore. But I still got some effects from it, from, mistreating my body. But that journey is about how can you overcome the adversity when you don't want to get out here and do nothing, bro. When your body hurt, when you're going through pain of, you stretching your muscles, when you're going through the pain of, everything. And it's gonna be a lot of time. The most hard thing about losing weight, man, is the mental part of it. Changing what you're eating, changing what you the stuff you buying at the grocery store, the time frame that you need to eat, understanding your water intake, understand how your body really operates, how you have to trick your body to continue to lose weight. Because if you continue to keep doing the same reps, the same little mile or two walking and the little arm curls, your body go be like, okay, what's next? So you have to learn how to trick your body in a way that to tell it that we doing something different, or we however you have to do it. It's crazy, but it's a wonderful thing. It changed my life, and I know how to lose weight now.
That's real. So, what are some weight loss tips you want to drop on people that what's things you can do while in quarantine, because a lot of gyms are closed and stuff. So it's like, what people can be doing while we're under this quarantine right now, or just stay at home advisories?
Man, you can always, you can walk around your neighborhood. You can do that. You can do your squats at home. You can do push-ups. You can do your core workout, your sit-up. You can do all of that. Everything you can do at the gym. If you don't have weights, you can use alternate measures. Push-ups. You can always push-ups and sit-ups will get your core, your back. Push-ups go get your arms together, your shoulders, your chest. But the main thing is, what are you putting in your body? See, what I do, I do fasting from noon to 8 p.m. is my time to eat. But I don't eat over like 1,300 calories a day. You got to take the sugars out your life. You got to take all that bread out your life, all that pasta and things like that. My thing was chicken, fish, turkey, shrimp, salmon, things like that. You get hungry, before you eat, you drink you some water. You can have you some snacks, some fruits, peanut butter, crackers, something like that. It's just your mental thing. You drink you some water before you eat. You're gonna be full. You full. You just steady stretching your stomach. And the main thing, Jones.
Yes, sir.
Eat to survive. Don't eat to live. Eat to survive. Don't eat to live.
Now, what do you think about people? Because I've been seeing a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm just eating because I'm bored in this quarantine." I'm like, are you serious right now?
How you bored? And you could be doing things to reevaluate your life. And that's the scary thing I said about when this stay at home and when all this quarantine thing is lifted. Do you know how much of money people are about to spend at restaurants, bars, clubs, just going to because they feel, oh, now I can go? No, take this time to reevaluate your life. Take this time to start you a business, to get your blueprint down. Take this time to reconnect with family. Take this time to learn yourself, to learn your kids. And a lot of people need to take this time to learn how to cook. Yeah, you know how many people I see on Facebook that going crazy because they don't know how to cook?
Man, I saw that too. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah,
they should have taught you how to cook.
Man, you know how many parents, going crazy that can't help their kids with their classwork.
Yeah, I find that crazy. How you going crazy because you can't help the kids with classwork when you got the fucking internet?
You good?
I mean, you can go online and look at the internet. Come on, man, it ain't that hard.
Because they let anxiety, they let the fear of things stop them from doing something that's so simple. They look for excuses to just give up. If you check the numbers, Child abuse has went up and domestic violence cases. People don't even want to be around their spouse like that. They don't want to be home, and they really and truly don't even they can't even manage their kids like that. But when the teacher was sending emails and calling you and telling you little John John and little May May cutting up in my class, you taking up for your bad kid, but you know what you raising at home. You know you raising a heathen.
Yes, I had a couple of podcasts with a couple of teachers that came on that do podcasts, and they both said the same thing. It's like parents are so fascinated to see how bad their kids are, then now that they see it for themselves.
They've been saying that, Jones. But think about it. I'm gonna hit you with this. Think about it. Kids go to school, we say August to May, right?
Right.
Okay. So for those 8 hours, they under somebody else's supervision. Mama, daddy come home, or mama just come home, because it's about 75% of single parents out there. Mothers, shout out to them. Thank y'all. So they come home, they getting off work, they cooking, they look over the homework, some of them look over it, shower. She or he or they in the room, they on social media or they on TV, and the kids, they on social media, they on TV, they ain't really paying attention, they ain't connecting. So the hours that you really spend is bedtime. So you really, throughout your week, you really probably spending 3 to 4 hours with your kids. On the weekend, a lot of parents, they got to send them to grandma or auntie or cousin house because I got to go out. Or I got a date. Something, some form of that. So we looking at that. You only spending a few hours a week with them, which is cool, is good. I'm not knocking them because you're a single parent. My hands up to you. So when the summertime comes, like in my situation, I get my kids. So you having to break again from your kids. So they gone for 2-3 months. Then they come back a week, 2 weeks before school start. So you back on this same this regimen that you're going through. So you're not even really spending time to really understand and know your child. So when the teacher calling and the teacher emailing, it's a lot of stuff you missing out on in your own home because you dating, you working hard, you got 1 or 2 jobs, you're trying to make everything meet. And like I say, this is the time for people to reconnect with the kids, with their family, and love on each other. Reach out to somebody that you ain't talked to or seen in a minute. Apologize or accept their apology. Communicate. This should be a rejoiceful time. It's very rejoiceful for me. I met a new friend in Tampa. If I hit Tampa, I know I can hit Jones on the inbox. Hey man, I'm in Tampa. I want to check out what these sorry Buccaneers doing, and let's kick it. Let's kick it. Let's kick it. Hey.
That's good. When I come to Mississippi, I'll be like, hey, Mr. Robinson, what it do, man? Hey, you got to show me around Starkville. Show me what these hot spots at, you know what I'm saying?
We ain't got it ain't no hot spots, dog. I can take you to some good house parties, house sets, but ain't no hot spots like that, man. It ain't, they done killed all that. They done, they find a way to, shake all that loose. Then you don't get the support to really to run a business like that. You don't get the support, man. You can't.
Oh man.
You talking about spending over $5 to get in an event. You know what I'm saying? They tripping. So I don't know.
That's crazy.
This is life, man. What people, that's their life.
At the end of the day, why should people subscribe to Mississippi Vibes with Mr. Burke?
Because I'm gonna give you some raw and uncut information that's from my life experiences, something I done researched, something I done digest. I came from a family that was, as people would say, was a privileged family. I done been homeless. I done been I done been everything. I done I done been everything. I done been a street cat. I done been a business dude. I done been man a faithful guy. I done been a cheater. I done been everything. But I always been loyal. I always been real. And the bigger thing out of that, I'm gonna bring guests in that gonna be able to talk to you and give you a different ball game on life. And we gonna intertwine everything together and we'll give you some good vibes. And it's just, old country Mississippi boy kicking some game to you. And it's free game.
Hey, that's real. Also, whenever you have guests on, you let me know. I got you. I will gladly return the favor because I do appreciate you for coming on the Liquor Talk. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate having a man of wisdom from Mississippi. So I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out to Liquor Talks. Everybody out there, man. Y'all keep supporting your guy. Keep supporting our people, man. What we doing? Listen to him. He gonna bring in good people for you. You probably not like him, but let's take that out and get the message. And just get the message. That's all it is. Get the information. Hey, I want you to check me out tomorrow too, man, at 6:00. There's some good news. You the first person to hear this. At 6:00, I'm having a panel discussion on Mississippi Vibes. Plus, I'm going streaming live on my YouTube channel, which is Mississippi Vibes with Bert, and also on Facebook. I'm having a panel discussion. We're going to talk about COVID-19, how it is affecting the Black community. How can we come together? How can we come out of this bigger, better, and stronger? We doing it at 6:00, man. I got a medical doctor. I got a dean of college. I got a doctor. She's running. She's director of Millsap Vocational and Technology School in Starkville, Mississippi. I got a health trainer, Elizabeth. She's great. I got a House of Representatives senator from the state of Mississippi, Mr. Shaq Taylor, Dr. Greg, Dr. Hogan, Dr. Lenora, Dr. Williams. I also got Miss Ruby. She's an author and she's the hold on for a second. She's the chief person. Hold on. I'm sorry. She's the chief person that's over Crowley school district. That's in Texas, Crowley, Texas. She's an author and she's over the school systems out there and running different programs. But it's gonna be very exciting at 6:00. And I'm just the host, the moderator, and this is just a call to action. We go eat them up. We'll eat them up. We'll give our people the correct information because on the news outlet, we get a minute or two, then they talking about something else. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I thank them for even giving a guy like me an opportunity to have a panel discussion with them.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here first on Liquor Talk. Go ahead and check out this panel discussion going down tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. But it's been a pleasure, Mr. Burt, for coming on. Like I said, I do appreciate it. Whenever you're ready to have me on, you just let me know. All
right, brother. I got your information, man. Thank you. Y'all be blessed and safe. Stay in the house so this can blow over and we can get back to normal, as they say. But y'all stay safe down there, man.
You do the same too. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Liquor Talk Podcast. Until the next podcast, pull that liquor up, and we'll see you next time.
Peace. Hey, I got one thing. What? I need your help.